know, Czar, at here, it's all rights preserved forever. That's for humanity. But our discussion right now is dealing with a crime culture. So, speaking about a crime culture, this is a situation I didn't talk much about. I want you to keep in mind people who made accusations of someone at a cookie spot, one of his favorite spots, who they were calling out as setting him up. Now, that was very damaging to that business. So, those people are still, I would presume, in the future, pending some type of legal action if they were the cause of all those people getting shot that had to deal with it. If they allege these people were involved somehow in causing that through social media, that's prosecutable. Another thing I want to talk about is simple. Now, what's crazy is I seen the little snippets and stuff, but I don't feel no one has put um, a strong enough understanding on the fact that, yeah, they're talking about will he have a lawyer or not, but think about it. He should have a pro bono lawyer from the state regardless. Now, I know there's differences amongst states, but if you don't have a lawyer, one is provided to you. That's where I'm confused. That's a confusing matter. That's why I'm not even going to go into that, because something's wrong with that off the rip. He should have had one provided to him for the state instead of him searching for one. You don't always have to pay for a lawyer. Let's get that right. As someone who has been through the court system multiple times, many different times, I can tell you how it goes. One should have been provided. He should not have had to look for a lawyer if he wanted to have a lawyer. That's confusing. Now, I will say this. What's crazy to me is that there's multiple young men involved, but we have not seen the evidence on which they arrested these young men. So I will hold accusation from the net, just what they're saying, here's the guilty party. They could be in a situation where evidence shows that they're not guilty. We don't know this. So I'm going to hold accusations, but I will say that it's going to be life or death. Okay. And that is why I have that in the title. That's exactly what it is that they're dealing with. It's going to be either they're going to live or they're not. And the death penalty is not a joke. Listen to me. It could be lethal injection or depending the state. I don't know Memphis, and I'm going to look up what their penalty is, and I'll come back with a second part 2 video because I want to go into the fact they didn't have a pro bono lawyer given to them, which the state should provide if they cannot get one. That is the confusing part. I ought to make some phone calls. I'm not sure. I don't know Memphis like that. This is me being honest with you. There is something that goes into these individuals being that they're able to get through the court system. If I can't pay for it, they're supposed to provide one for me. They're supposed to provide one for me. I'm not supposed to be without and they're just sitting there like whatever, he ain't got a lawyer. That's weird to me. Very weird. And I'm going to look into that. Again, I got to make calls on that. But dealing with the whole situation, understand how it went. At first, there was accusations to other people who did not do it. There were lots of life lost behind this situation. That has to play into this. Has to. All them people who gave that false information, there has to be prosecution coming after this. Has to. Because people died behind what they said. Get this. They died. Life was lost. Now, dealing with this situation, understand this. Whether he has a lawyer or not, he should know not to speak unless a lawyer's present. These guys do the crime and they have no clue how criminality works or how a court system works. Why are you doing crime if you don't know the court system? How are you going to beat a case if you don't know how to beat a case? Coming from a person who's beaten cases, okay? I never talk about anything that I don't have experience in. A lot of people do that, and I don't understand it. You don't know what you're talking about. You went down for something petty. Have you ever fought for your freedom? These cats ain't even fight for their freedom, yet they want to talk behind it. I don't do that. I fought for my freedom on multiple times. Just being honest. Me being honest, okay? And I'm telling you, it's strange. He should have a free lawyer sitting right there from the state. The fact he does not, it makes me question the entire situation. How did they rush him to court without him even having a lawyer present? That's weird. It's really weird. It's really weird. That's the first thing they're supposed to tell you. So anyways, when he gets this lawyer, it has to be a lawyer that understands what's at stake. He has to have a lawyer that has experience in fighting cases like this. If not, this boy's gone. I would recommend, but again, I don't like affecting situations. I know some of the best lawyers in each state. I made it my business to learn this information. It's just what All Rights Reserve is about. Now, a crazy part that I want to point out to everyone. If you've seen the video, he doesn't seem to even be there. He's there physically, but mentally, he's somewhere else. Why is he so spaced out? Why is he so confused? He went and did this crime allegedly, right? Why is he so spaced out? Like he don't understand that he committed a crime taking life. That's another thing I'm confused on. There's a lot of confusion going on in this case. And there's a lot of different cases I spoke about before that have the similar signs that I've seen of something that's not right. That's another thing. Now, looking into this case by detail, he was at his favorite cookie spot. He ended up getting hit. Where was the notification they knew to come around at that time? It's another angle. See, it's layered. When it comes to these artists being taken out, it's always layered. And I don't understand that. Who told him that he was there at that time? How did they get the drop on him? How are they in court with no lawyer? How do they look like they don't know what's going on? Like they didn't know they just committed a murder. Like, it's crazy. Now, another thing I want to add dealing with this situation. He has on the table life or death, life in prison or the death penalty. Now, fighting out a life is one thing. The death penalty is another. Now, I'm going to tell you right now what my opinion on where I believe this case is going. And I'm going to tell you the stipulations. Number one, if he cannot present a lawyer for himself, he is 100% headed to the death penalty. I'm telling you right now. When you take life and they charge you as is, they want to give you the same treatment to the crime you did. So if he can't get a lawyer, these people are going to see that he needs to go. In order for him just to fight for life, he has to have a lawyer. That's a fact. There's no way around it. You have to have a lawyer or you're done. You're gone. That's what I know from looking at other cases that are similar. Now, another thing. If he committed this crime, why is there not information detailing exactly how he did it? I don't understand why they started off just talking. I want to hear a synopsis of how you know for a fact that this man that they named as Straight Drop committed this crime in detail. I need to see that and hear how they worded, how it played out. I got to understand it. Because in this case, honestly, let's be real. Social media solved it. Social media, and I said this, what's the craziest thing? Years ago, when people were coming at me saying, oh, why are you doing evidence? Now all these cats are solving it on social media like it's something new. Stop playing. The same cats who were coming at me. I watched you guys solve the case. I watched it. That's why I never talked about it. I was like, watch these. Gotta watch my language on YouTube. Watch these guys solve the case and say, I'm not a detective. I don't do that. I don't solve. And you solved it. So reserve anything you have to say, sir. You solved the case. Thank you. That's what the police are saying. Thank you for solving it. And honestly, they can't be too mad it was solved on here. Other people were getting taken out over this. It's crazy. Multiple people got to go down. It's not only this case that a murder was done. Other people were taken out because of it. Come on. Are you kidding me? As I know, having sat through court myself, you're telling me you're not going to bring up these other people who help you solve the murder or people who are involved in getting other people taken out from their opinion of who did it. Come on. It's crazy. You guys help other people get their life taken because you wanted to try and solve it and you were wrong. But then you look at me doing it, ain't nobody get taken out, and you want to be critical. But I don't hear a pin drop because they solved the murder falsely and other people were taken out at that time. I don't hear nothing. That's crazy to me. Come on, man. If you're responsible, you're responsible. Stop. These guys play like they're out there doing stuff when you were better than the cops. You did better than the cops. So stop. Reserve your judgment. Because the same dudes who are trying to call me out on fake names, saying little things about how I did it, you're over here solving the case, getting YouTube views off of it. Cut it out. You're a copycat. Stop. These guys copycat, and then when they were coming at me, come on now. I know you were on that fake name. Cut it out. Like, it's crazy. I'm like, yo, they just called me out because they said I'm trying to solve a case, which I was bringing up details, actually interacting with the people. But now they did it, not even able to interact with the people for free, with nothing to say they gained from it. Come on, man. Come on. Yo, this is the stuff I be talking about. They copycat and copy because they see, oh, he did it and it looked like it helped him. But even though I condemn him, let me try it. And then when we're looking into it, when you were doing it, you were getting the wrong person taken out. And I broke it down with evidence, one step at a time. You didn't even present no evidence. You talked about what you saw on TV, what you saw on the news, what you saw on media. You weren't even really looking into it. You weren't making calls. You weren't connected to nobody talking. You solved it for free, for no reason, not even interacting for a purpose. You just did it to do it to make your YouTube look good. Crazy. Didn't even care. Crazy. And I did it because I cared. Yo, that's... Anyways, yo. The crazy thing, it's not solely about does he have a lawyer or not. Number one, if he cannot have a lawyer, one will be provided to you. That should have happened. Another thing, if he didn't have a lawyer, he should have known if you commit the crime. You should have known. Shut your mouth. What are you in there talking about? Let them know I'm going to reserve all my comments, sir, until a lawyer comes and helps me. The moment the judge saw it, he should have said, go get a lawyer here for the state. What is he doing? Sir, judge, sir, what are you doing? He can't provide himself a lawyer. He should get one from the state. It's crazy. Yo, this case is looking deeper than these people are actually even talking about. I'm telling you. It's crazy because it always happens with a superstar. Why? With a superstar, it happens all the time. And I don't get it. Why? But the bottom line is this man is either going to have life in prison or he's getting a penalty. And I'm telling you, just to get life in prison, you need a lawyer. Just to stay alive, you need a lawyer. We're not even talking about trying to beat the case. I'm talking about you living. You need a lawyer. Somebody needs to tell him he needs a lawyer. He won't be able to do it. You won't be able to do it without a lawyer. That's a fact. You need one. Sir, get yourself a lawyer or you won't do anything but head to the death penalty. Because they're looking at it as if you're responsible for taking him out, whoever, then you're getting the equal share of what you've done to him. You need a lawyer just to keep you alive, let alone even trying to beat the case. That's the first thing. And all these guys committing crimes don't even know that. It's wild. Somebody please get their son, please get the youth and teach them, help them. That's crazy, man. I've never seen anything like it. They're just whatever with it. They're just out here committing crime like it's a daily thing, like it's an okay thing. When I say daily, yeah, crime happens daily, but I mean like a crime of this magnitude is normal. Whatever. I'm going to just show up. Showing up ain't good enough. Show up with style. Show up actually standing for something. If you really did it and you don't care what happens to you, just say guilty. Just say I'm guilty. Don't say not guilty. These guys scream not guilty, show up without a lawyer. What? That don't make no sense. That's why I say there's more going on behind the scenes than public for people to be talking about. That's why getting into it, I'm looking on the surface. It doesn't look right. Nothing looks right about it. It makes no sense. So that's when you really got to look into what's going on, man. But just to get life, he's going to need a lawyer. That's a fact. Just to get life, you'll need a lawyer. That is, if you want to stay alive If not, say guilty and take whatever they say. You know who it is. Crime culture. All rights reserved.